Hello, Standard 9. Once more, your Arun sir going to teach you the next chapter in biology, and that is respiration in plants. Dear children, I have told you to complete your previous work. You must have done it. Now, respiration in plant. Actually, what I am going to teach, I am going to teach life process. Life process. And life process means the process which are necessary for our survival. Without life process, we can't survive. Even the plants, they are also the living being, they also will not survive. And one of the example of life process is the respiration, digestion, growth, development of the body, all are the life process only. And one of the life process here we are going to discuss, and that is the respiration. And I am not going to discuss about the respiration in human being or animal. We are going to discuss the respiration in plant. Dear children, before respiration, I will like to explain about the metabolism. Listen, metabolism, or you can say metabolic reaction. Metabolism or metabolic reaction. What is metabolism? Any type of chemical reaction which takes place inside a living body, that is called metabolism. Any type of chemical reaction which takes place inside a living body, not in the laboratory, that is called simple reaction. That is chemical reaction, simple reaction. I am talking about metabolic reaction, means the reaction which takes place inside the living body. And this reaction takes place by the help of enzymes. And enzymes are the biocatalyst which speed up or accelerates or decelerates the rate of chemical reaction without participating in it. That part is clear. That metabolism is the chemical reaction which takes place inside the living body. Now this metabolism is of two types: anabolism and catabolism. Now let us discuss what is anabolism or anabolic reaction. It is a constructive or biosynthetic process. Constructive or biosynthetic process. What is constructive? Means something is constructed, something is synthesized. That is called biosynthetic or constructive process. One example we will see, and we will be able to understand about the anabolism. Let us discuss one example. See, constructive process. Photosynthesis you have read. Yes, you have read the photosynthesis. What are the raw materials required in the photosynthesis? Yes, carbon dioxide and water. And these carbon dioxide and water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll is converted to glucose. And that is the main product, which is C6H12O6. Now, try to understand, I am talking about anabolic reaction or anabolism in which something is synthesized. Here, glucose is synthesized by the help of carbon dioxide and water, or in simple language, you can say that simple inorganic compound. Simple inorganic compound. Compound in chemistry you must have read. Inorganic means not present in the living being. Simple inorganic compound combines to form, this is complex. The formula is very difficult. C6H12O6, not a simple formula. Complex, and it is organic compound. Try to understand. When simple inorganic compound combines to form complex organic compound, such type of reaction is called as anabolic reaction, and anabolism and photosynthesis is a very good example of anabolic reaction or biosynthetic reaction or constructive process. So what is anabolism? You have understood. Just opposite, I have told that two types of metabolism are there. One is anabolism and other is catabolism. Catabolism means destructive process. Okay, destructive process or breaking down of a substance, breaking down process. Catabolism, destructive process. Or breaking process. Catabolism is the type of a metabolism which is a destructive process or breaking process. What is broken? Anything breaks to form simple substances. Very good example. Let us discuss about the respiration. In respiration, glucose, the digested food, the absorbed food in our body is the glucose, means C6H12O6. Glucose, and we have also discussed that it is a complex organic compound. So glucose turns to carbon dioxide, water vapor, and gives energy. Means this is a breaking process. See here, one complex organic compound is breaking into simple inorganic compound. So dear children, if complex organic compound breaks into simple inorganic compound, that process is catabolic process or catabolism, which is a type of metabolism or metabolic reaction. So, an example is respiration. So dear children, if anyone will ask you that what do you mean about respiration, the first thing, respiration, first thing you will say that it is a catabolic process. Catabolic process. Your first sentence will be that it is a catabolic process. Only this is the answer? No. It is a catabolic process in which there is breaking. Catabolic means breaking or oxidation or burning of what? Of food to give energy. Dear children, what is respiration? It is a catabolic process in which there is breaking of food to release energy, or oxidation of food to release energy, or burning of food to release energy. Oxidation also knowing addition of oxygen. Without addition of oxygen, burning will not take place. So these three words are the same. Breaking, oxidation, or burning of what? Food to release energy. So what is respiration? You have understood. It is a catabolic process in which there is breaking or oxidation or burning of food to release energy. That is called respiration. Now dear children, that part is clear. The definition of respiration we have understood. That what is respiration. And energy, capacity to do work is called as energy. Now, energy we are knowing, capacity to do work is called as energy. And there are different forms of energy, heat energy, light energy, all are the forms of energy. I require energy to teach you, to speak in front of you, and that energy I am getting from the food which I have taken, and there is breaking of that food in my cell and energy is released, and due to that energy only I am able to speak in front of you. Now, dear children, have you heard about currency? If he will go to the market, you need currency, because if he will buy biscuit or chocolate, anything, the shopkeeper will ask you the currency. There is also a currency of energy. Currency of energy. And that currency of energy is the ATP. What is ATP? It is the abbreviation short form. Let us go to the ATP. One compound is there, and the name of that compound is adenosine. Adenosine is a compound, complex organic compound. And if three phosphate atom, 1, 2 and 3, if three phosphate atom are combined with a compound known as adenosine, it is called adenosine triphosphate. It is called adenosine triphosphate. If two phosphate atom will be combined, then it will be called ADP, adenosine diphosphate. But here we are discussing ATP, adenosine triphosphate, which is called the currency of energy. Now, I have told you that respiration is a catabolic process in which there is oxidation of food to release energy in the form of ATP. That ATP we have understood. And we have also told that burning of food or oxidation of food or breaking of food. Dear children, burning of food to release energy. What is burning? Or what is combustion? Same thing. Combustion. In chemistry, must have read about combustion. Burning of a substance is called as combustion. And burning of a substance is known as combustion, or combustion is the process of burning. And I have told that burning of food to release energy means combustion and respiration are the same thing. Let us discuss. Or burning or respiration are the same thing, because in both there is release of energy. There is breaking to release energy or oxidation. In both, oxygen is required. For combustion also oxygen is required. Respiration also oxidation is required. Both release energy. Means both are the same thing? No. The difference may be asked in your examination, and difference on the basis will be asked. Combustion. All the energy are released at once. And here in respiration, stepwise release of energy. Try to understand. In respiration, there is release of energy by stepwise, but all the energy in combustion is released at once. If you will burn a coal, all the energy will be released and nothing will be left. But in respiration, stepwise energy is released. It is a biochemical process, and this is simply a chemical process. In respiration, there is no rise of body temperature. In us, respiration is taking place. Is there rise in body temperature? No. But in burning or combustion, whenever it will take place, there will be rise in the body temperature. If you will burn a coal, naturally the body temperature will rise. And light is also produced with combustion, but in respiration light is not produced, heat is produced. In both the case heat is produced. So dear children, this process takes place in the cell, and this place takes place outside the body. So what is difference between respiration and combustion, you must have understood. On the basis may be asked. One more thing to be discussed. And once I asked a child that, dear children, define me what is breathing, what is respiration. Simply he told, taking of oxygen and releasing carbon dioxide is called respiration. Dear children, don't be confused. That is not respiration. That is breathing. Breathing means what? Intake of oxygen, or better to say, intake of air or inhalation of air which contain more amount of oxygen, and exhalation of air which contain more amount of carbon dioxide. While we take air inside our body, that air contain more amount of oxygen. While we release, it also releases air back, but that air contain less amount of oxygen and more amount of carbon dioxide. So that is breathing. And respiration means breaking of food to release energy. Breathing is a part of respiration. Without breathing, respiration is not possible. If breathing will be there, then only oxygen will be added to the food for breaking and to release energy. This part is clear. What is difference between breathing and respiration? What is difference between breathing and respiration? What is difference between combustion and respiration? That part is clear. One more thing I have to discuss. We have discussed that respiration is a catabolic process in which there is breaking of food to release energy in the form of ATP. Dear children, this reaction is not very simple. Stepwise, a chain of reaction in the presence of enzyme takes place. And then only there is release of energy. Let us discuss in detail. Glucose. Naturally, when glucose, which is the food inside our body, glucose means C6H12O6, breaks to form, breaks to give energy. But many steps are there. Let us discuss one main step. After glucose, the compound form is the pyruvate. Pyruvate, or you can say pyruvic acid. Dear children, see here, glucose is converted to pyruvate or pyruvic acid, and for this also chain of reaction in the presence of enzymes takes place. So it is glucose, and a process in which glucose converts to pyruvate or pyruvic acid, this process is called as glycolysis. Process is called as glycolysis. Glyco means glucose, lysis means breaking. Breaking of glucose to form pyruvate or pyruvic acid is called as glycolysis, and this process takes place outside the mitochondria. Means where? In the cytoplasm. Takes place in cytoplasm. Now, two condition arises here. If oxygen is available, then this O2 present, if oxygen is available present, this pyruvate will change into carbon dioxide, water vapor and 38 ATP, 6H2O and 38 ATP energy. When oxygen is present, pyruvate will change into carbon dioxide, water vapor and energy. And this process of changing pyruvate to carbon dioxide, water vapor and 38 ATP energy is called as, this process is called as, can you guess? Krebs cycle. What it is called? Krebs cycle. The scientist was Krebs who discovered it. So this process, conversion of pyruvate to carbon dioxide, water vapor and energy is called as Krebs cycle, and this Krebs cycle takes place in the mitochondria. This Krebs cycle takes place in the mitochondria. Krebs cycle means conversion of pyruvate to carbon dioxide, water vapor and energy. And this process always takes place in the presence of oxygen. Now, what we will call conversion of glucose into carbon dioxide, water vapor and energy. Yes, that is respiration. But this respiration takes place in the presence of oxygen. So, such type of respiration is called as aerobic respiration. Conversion of glucose to carbon dioxide, water vapor and 38 ATP energy which takes place in the presence of oxygen is called as aerobic respiration, and pyruvate into carbon dioxide, water vapor and energy is called as Krebs cycle. Conversion of glucose to pyruvate is called as glycolysis. One more condition is there. It is not necessary that oxygen is available. Oxygen may not be available. In that condition, if O2 is absent, oxygen is not present in our body, it takes place in the muscle cell, and in plant certain parts, stem, flower, fruit, in the absence of oxygen, such type of respiration takes place. And here the end product is not this. The end product is ethanol or ethyl alcohol. Ethyl alcohol or ethanol, and the formula of ethanol is C2H5OH. C2H5OH. Ethyl alcohol, ethanol, or simply you can say alcohol, plus 2 molecules of carbon dioxide and less amount of energy, that is 2 ATP. See here, if ethanol or ethyl alcohol plus 2 molecules of carbon dioxide and 2 atoms of ATP is formed, such type of reaction is called as, means glucose, if it is converted to this, then it is called as anaerobic respiration. Anaerobic respiration, and this conversion of pyruvate to this is called as alcoholic fermentation. So dear children, once more let us discuss. There may be question, write difference between aerobic and anaerobic respiration. What is respiration? What is glycolysis? what is Krebs cycle, what is alcoholic fermentation, what is aerobic respiration, what is anaerobic respiration, what are the end product of aerobic respiration, what are the end product of anaerobic respiration, why water is not released in anaerobic respiration. See here, water is here, but here no water is there. 38 ATP, more amount of energy is released. Here only 2 ATP is released. No water is released because that water dissolves in alcohol. Alcohol, that water is present, so no extra water is left for that. So ethanol, carbon dioxide, and less amount of energy is released. Now here a question arises, why in aerobic respiration there is release of more amount of energy, but in anaerobic respiration less amount of energy is released? Here there is complete oxidation of food. Complete oxidation of food. If complete oxidation will take place, complete combustion will take place, more amount of energy will be released. And here incomplete breaking of food or incomplete combustion is taking place. So if incomplete means sufficient amount of oxygen is not released, if sufficient amount of oxygen is not present, if anything is burnt in insufficient amount of oxygen, less amount of energy will be released. So here it is incomplete oxidation of food. Incomplete oxidation of food means less amount of energy will be released. Dear children, haven't you seen, if your bike, from the silencer of the bike, more amount of a smoke is coming, it means what? It means that mileage is not good. And less amount of a smoke or no smoke is coming means the bike's mileage is good. Why? More amount of a smoke is coming means in carburetor oxidation process is not taking place completely. Incomplete oxidation, that petrol is mixed with air and incomplete burning is taking place, so more amount of smoke is coming out. If more amount of smoke is coming out, incomplete burning of petrol is taking place, so how more energy will not be released? The mileage will be less. If smoke is coming out means mileage will be less. If there is complete burning, then mileage will be good because more amount of energy is released. Dear children, so it was the starting of the respiration in plant. Rest part we will discuss later on, and I am sure you have understood the topic what is respiration and respiration in plants. Thank you very much.